the problem with TikTok is like, at least they haven't figured out, it's a very transactional transaction. So the user will shop and move on. And they don't, the relationship to the brand.
It's impulse purchase. You don't own that relationship with the customer. Exactly. You can't nurture that relationship beyond the transaction.
You can't, and then it's very low that's going to return to your website to purchase.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live edition of the Ad Podcast, coming to you from beautiful Shop Talk in Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas. We've got Nicolas Bailliache, the CEO of Eastreamly. Let's go. So, Nicolas, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your company and what brought you to Shop Talk this year.
Well, I mean, obviously it's the party and then all the stuff that
Vegas,
Shop Talk
baby.
has
Let's go.
That's
Gambling,
we got to be
hookers,
there
cocaine, all the good stuff. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, sorry. No, please cut this out. All right. So obviously, Eastreamly, video commerce platform. What we do is we connect video to checkout. So in a short nail. Live stream or just regular video, shoppable video.
Nice, okay.
We've been doing that for 4 years, and just here to meet brand owner, retailers, and all the great people that make Shop Talk these great events.
I love it. So tell me more about that. So do you guys integrate into the social platforms? Do you ingest video content and put it on the .com in the checkout experience? Tell me more about what that means from a user experience perspective, both for a brand and for a user.
First of all, for the one that don't know about video commerce, it's not new. It's something that has been coming from Asia for many years now. It's 20% of all e-com transactions in Asia are for video.
Interesting, and that's what we call here in the United States social selling or
social
live
commerce.
selling.
Social commerce.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reality is, if you think of it, like when you're thinking about 20% of the Asian market, we're talking about $1 trillion market, right?
Yeah,
so
it's huge.
It's a big opportunity. Yeah. In the US, if you look at it all in all, video commerce is probably 1%. So there's a huge gap between what's happening in Asia and what's happening now. At the same time, over 80% of the people are on video every day.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where people are, that's what the consumer does, that's what he likes to do, that's how he's engaging with the brand and everything. And so what we're seeing at Eastreamly is what we're really trying to do is that thinking about video in a way that how do we make the video multi-channel, where the shoppable video is not only for the website, it's also for the social media, for the email, for the SMS. It can be live, it can be a one-on-one video call. It's really thinking through the video journey.
It's like end-to-end video user experience from the perspective of driving transactions.
Exactly, all driving transaction with the goal of driving to the checkout of the merchant. Right?
I love it.
So that's really what we've been doing for the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's funny. I hear a lot of comparisons to the China market. And sitting in the creator economy side of things, everybody thought, well, celebrities are different in China. They're not like the celebrities that we have in America, because in America, our sports stars, our musicians, and our movie stars create culture for the world, right? So Hollywood kind of drives culture globally, and you're never going to see Jennifer Aniston on her Instagram handle schlocking a product, but then you've got this emerging.
Kim Kardashian.
Exactly, yeah. Well, Kim is.
She just did it like in December for a brand, right?
100%. And as much as people like to knock Kim, maybe in some ways, she's such an amazing business person, and I think such an innovator in social and direct consumer brands and building brand out of a celebrity name and likeness. So I think you're on the right track. But the other thing that I've seen as it starts to move into the American market, there are TikTok shop influencers that are making $60,000 a month, and they only have like 10,000 followers. So it's a different, followers don't matter, being a celebrity doesn't matter, it's the type of content that you create.
Yeah, so I will say that when clients come to us and say, hey, we want to think about our video commerce strategy, my first question I'll ask them is like, hey, are you thinking it from a pure acquisition standpoint, or are you thinking from just a retention engagement of your audience? If you want a pure acquisition standpoint, the place to be is on Whatnot or TikTok, because those algorithms are going to promote your brand and your product to those audiences that doesn't know you yet, right? And so it's really discovery, algorithm driven. Now, if you want to engage your audience, then an Eastreamly solution will be quite interesting, because you will be able to talk to your Instagram, your Facebook, your website, your .com, all those things, your email, leveraging your video. So this is first the thing to know. the thing with TikTok, as you say, like TikTok, there's TikToker with 10,000 followers that are actually able to make pretty decent money. And the reason is, it's all about the algo. The creator, as long as the creator can engage with the audience and has a product that sells, and is good at doing it, the
TikTok's going to reward that behavior.
Reward
it depends.
behavior.
It's video to video.
And
if you think about like the algorithm, like TikTok at the end of the day, they're going to prioritize transactions over engagements and views. So if something's making money, they're going to push it.
So at the end of the day, all they care, I mean, it's not all they care, but like if you look at some of their recent ads, they really are positioning themselves as an e-com company.
Yeah,
right?
They're really moving more towards like Amazon, and whether it's like the dad and the farmer on the truck, like trying to like get people to dads to not worry about their kids on the platform.
I saw an ad from them recently where it was they were promoting TikTok Shop as the way to just engage in shop.
Wow.
Right? It was not about like, okay, like let's go find content. It's like, hey, do you want a new product? Go to TikTok Shop.
Yeah. Well, and then the other crazy statistic is that TikTok is actually a larger search engine for Gen Z, Millennial, and Gen Alpha than YouTube or Google.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so those platforms are really awesome. Like the downside of TikTok is, talking with, I've been in this space for a long time now, is really the problem with TikTok is like, at least they haven't figured out, it's a very transactional transaction. So the user will shop and move on. And they don't, the relationship to the brand.
It's impulse purchase. You don't own that relationship with the customer. Exactly. You can't nurture that relationship beyond the transaction.
You can't, and then it's very low that's going to return to your website to purchase. Well, on the other side, if you look at Whatnot, they're doing an extremely good job at nurturing that user, and then those users will transfer over to the brand. And so what I've talked through my career, talking with different people, if you're looking for acquisition and you want to be able to transfer that audience over, I think Whatnot is a much better platform to do it, but they don't have the reach and the engagement you will get on a TikTok. So TikTok will still be a pretty interesting platform if you just want to push inventory out.
All right, so talk about using video in your O&O. So on your Shopify, ever since the early days of Amazon even, product pages that had video content over still imagery tended to have higher conversion rates. You can nurture people with video through the shopping cart process, whether it's abandoning carts or people who aren't quickly moving down funnel, reviews. You can host a live shopping session on your .com as well. So talk about some of the ways that you guys are using video to help people in the ecosystems that they have more control over, like their .com or their Shopify.
So I think before going after like how do people use video, I think it's like, why would you do this? All right, because I think a lot of time we're just going to increase conversion, we're going to put video, but why do we do this? I think the answer is the following. I think we all are going through the same thing. We were talking with the CMO from Depot recently, and she was saying from this year to last year, actually to last year from the year before, they had to produce twice as much content to get the same amount of engagement.
Wow.
Right? So what is the problem? The problem is it's getting more and more expensive to produce content, right? The content, everyone is getting better and better at getting content, right? So every piece of content is getting really cool to watch. And the problem is like, there's still the same amount of human in this planet, right?
So much attention span.
So attention span is declining, and so what do you have to do? You have less budget because your boss is like, hey, like this crisis, we have to reduce the budget. It's harder to produce content, and then now, on top of that, your content has actually less time spent or made less life, basically. And so the reason why you want to bring your content to your .com, to all your channel, is one, just to get your ROI back. That's the first reason. And then when you think about it this way, you will realize that not only you do that, but you will also have tons of benefit of doing this. And that's where it comes down to. Indeed, you have a much higher conversion rate on PDP. A good example is, we have typically when you have video on PDP, and especially with Shopper video, what you will see that about 10% of your audience will go through video through the video, right, of your cohort on the page. That cohort has a 3x more conversion than the one that is on your website.
Wow.
So, and then if you do that on a drop, right, so on a product drop, so people doesn't know the product yet, actually it's not 10% that will go through that video, it's 20%. So you're much higher, right?
Okay, so this is for new product launches or like exclusive offers.
Like people love that, right? You have an exclusive, you want to get to a video because you get it better, you understand the product better. You also have a little bit less return, right? So there are some stats out there. Personally, we haven't been really able to nail down. We just know that our customers are telling us, the video cohort has a little less return.
Interesting. So that's less shrinkage.
Yeah, less shrinkage. And the reason is like, if you are want a coat and then you don't quite sure about the shape or anything, if you see that someone looks like
model, it's kind of like,
you
have a little bit more of a certainty that
yes.
it's not going to look bad when you come. You're not guessing,
yes,
essentially. You're making
guessing.
an informed decision.
Because at the end of the day, we're in 2026 and most websites are still image and picture.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's mostly image and picture. And so at the end of the day,
even though 82% of the internet is video.
And then the worst is that is like, I don't know what's the percentage that are still just one image. Have you seen like those websites where you just steal one image? They're like, oh my God, like,
almost looks like JavaScript.
Oh my God, you're like, come on guys, like 26, like you have AI to produce. So worst case, like you can use AI anyway. So that is the reality. When you have media rich product page, you will have a much better experience for the user. Then as you say, then you can start thinking about, okay, well PDP is a great place to start with, but then where do I put it right? We have customers that are using them on their return carts, their abandoned cart email flow, and that is an awesome use case.
Yeah.
So, first email, you just want to get the regular credit card. Like, hey, you forgot your credit card. Okay. Well, if you get to email number 2 or email number 3, why do people not purchase on those ones? Because maybe there's some in the back of their mind, something they're not quite sure.
Or they're waiting for a discount, maybe.
Maybe they're waiting for discount, or maybe like they're waiting, but the one that are not waiting for discount, there's still the one that not super sure.
Yeah.
And then you get your email, you see a video, everyone is tempted to click on the button. It's a video, I click on it, boom, get full screen, you see the video, it's a short form, you can swipe like you're on TikTok, and it's the own experience you have, and then you can shop, it makes it super easy. And we see most the clients that use that, they say that they have been able to increase by 2x what they were able to recover by just adding video to their retention flow. It's a very simple, super easy to do, and tons of productivity out of it, or revenue out of it.
That's wild.
It's super easy, right? And then the other piece that when you start thinking of that, then you start thinking, okay, well maybe I can start doing the live video commerce, live shopping, whatever. The problem with live shopping is it's not easy. You're a creator, right? You're creating podcasts.
Yeah, but I'm definitely not selling products yet, because
you're not selling.
It's like, it is a different creative energy. It's a different studio setup. You've got to buy the products and have them, and it's a whole nother ballgame.
But just think of it like the aspect of like, okay, I need to get my stuff together, my program, my thing, all those stuff, and then click the live button. It's live. It's people think that, oh, it's easy, I go live and then I just present, but there's a lot that's going on.
It's a lot of psychology.
Yeah, it's a lot of psychology. And then the other thing is that a lot of folks are thinking live shopping as the one-off or the two thing, right? So, I'm gonna go live. First of all, the big assumption out there is like at the moment they will go live, there are going to be million people watching them, which I have been having my own podcast for many years. Consistency
takes a long time to build
matters, but it's not because you're, you have to be more than just be a good creator to get people to tune in. It's a magic that needs to happen. So you have the consistency that's super important, and then so it takes time to build audience, and then you need to educate the users, because they need to know that they can shop with you, and they need to know that you'll be there on a certain time. And so there's a lot of things going on that needs to happen to be successful in live shopping. And so that's why also it takes time for users to get into it. But I think I lost the
you're
bike.
Good, man.
But
hey, this has been a fascinating conversation. If people want to learn more about what you guys are doing, or maybe want to get some help from you guys, where do you want to send people, and where can people tune along to your podcast or just follow along with your thinking?
Yeah, so they can tune on my podcast called the Live E-commerce Podcast. So available on any podcast platform, and the company is called Eastreamly, Eastreamly, and you can reach out to me. My name is Nico, and so So you can send me an email, nicolas@eastreamly.com.
Awesome. We'll link to it on the show notes. Thanks, brother.
Awesome.